do filler for like 48 minutes or something. It's ridiculous.
Because we know that's what the viewers really want, is just us to banter for 45 minutes and not watch any games. But here we go.
Here we go, guys. All right. So, Mimic versus Singularity in this NS2WC Finals matchup for the Horizon bracket. Singularity starting up here on Jambi in Pipeworks, moving out through Organ Donation. We also got Power Build on the Armory here in Docking Bay as 2-2 moves out on the west and east side. We got a little 4-crush in the center of the map in Offload, where Iron Fist gets a little tagged there by one of the Marines.
You can see a giant skulk pack here, 4 skulks just chilling in Offload. And the Marines power built the armory back at base. They're going for mines right now. And they're going to start pressuring up by X and oxygenation.
Got these two Marines here in Gravity. Silent taking down Currently. Sally taking down Silent Homicide. And Pennell going down to Sally. Nice cleanup there. Only losing 1 skulk there in Gravity. These guys are moving off now into repairs. Tap doing a good job. Oh!
Tap taking out 3 of those skulks here in repairs.
Tap's just like, what up?
And with 3 skulks cleared, he's going to have more than enough time to build over here in repairs and even move up towards Bay Wing. Wow, that's not a good clear for the aliens this early on.
Currently in Sharp here in Electrical Core. Terran putting up the power. We got a blueprint down for the RT. A little bit of cat and mouse action happening right now. Terran knows that he's being watched by 2 aliens. He's going to start building to try to get them here. Here comes the pounds. Terran taking down Sharp and Currently. Fantastic shots there by Terran over in the middle of the map in Oxy. We got Pennell and Silent Homicide. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, some well-placed mines there to help defend those 2 Marines. They end up staying alive. You can see they popped assist and started clearing some infestation in here. The Harvester's going to start taking some damage from that. Sharp coming in now, trying to get some bites down. Takes out Silent Homicide. Waiting for Currently to come in the room. They're going to get the pounce on Penal. And down he goes. But the Harvester's still unsisted. And that infestation is going to take a while to grow back there, as it's going to go down pretty low before it gets there.
That was a beautiful cleanup by those 2 Marines there. I love using the offensive mines like they did. Griff and Terran now about to get jammed here in Organ Donation. Griff taking down Iron Fist, Currently taking down Griff with a Parasite as they clean up these 2 Marines. And that Harvester in Oxy did die, and they rebuilt another one. Sally now in supply lines, putting pressure on the RT there. And we got Sharp moving in down on the south end. I'm sorry, in Electrical Core putting pressure there, and supply lines as well. Silent and Pennell moving from Gravity to the center of the map back into Oxy. And, you know, this is where it gets annoying. I mean, when you have Marines constantly hitting Oxy, it's so annoying because it just cuts your sys chain straight, straight over to waste recycling. You're almost forced to go Electrical Core if they start setting up there really well.
Yeah, over here in Oxygenation, though, you've got the 2 Marines coming to pressure the freshly dropped Harvester again. They're taking down the Skulk. The Lurk Iron Fist is trying to do as much damage, but now that those welders are available to them, they can heal each other up. They're going to probably be able to at least clear the infestation in this room, and the Harvester could potentially go down. But the other thing is that Skulks have been doing the right thing and putting the pressure on the Marine res throughout the map as well.
We got Pennell that went down, and Silent Homicide went down. It looks like that Harvester is going to get saved, which is really good push for Singularity. Singularity only owns Organ Donation up to Oxy, which is really contested on the right side of the map here all the way in the northeast. Tap just there with the power. We got Iron Fist coming in, trying to take him out as that Lurk.
Sally is Lurk as well. Both working on Tap here. He's going to go down, and securing waste recycling is going to be a really big thing for the alien team right now. If they can secure waste recycling, that takes them up to 4 Harvesters. And the 4 Harvesters will allow them to not necessarily worry about res flow as much. They can afford to lose one of those in a contested fight as long as they start pushing the pressure on Marine res again, which they've started over in Electrical Core. But 2 Marines, Penal and Silent Homicide, moving again into Oxygenation and taking their 2nd Harvester in there.
This is so annoying. Singularity must be just ripping their hair out right now. They're putting up the power here. We got Weapons 1. which is researching right now for Mimic. Down in the center of the map in Gravity, Sharp, backed up by a Cowboy, is trying to take down these Marines. Does so. Takes down the blueprint of that RT. But we also see back in Oxy, Pennell and Silent Homicide have really secured Oxy, and they are moving in through transfer, and there's, more pressure here in offload.
Yeah, I mean, the Marines are doing a great job of continuing their pressure back to Oxy. The aliens are still on the 2 harvesters, so it's going to be a slow gain to getting to those fades. But at least they're not down to 1, and they keep pushing back. I think, you'll see... Am I seeing a third lurk?
I'm seeing a third. I just saw it when you did, man.
So Cowboy has
3
decided
lurks.
to lurk as well. And I don't know about that play. I think in the long run of the game, that could be something that's going to come back to bite them pretty bad. Wow.
I agree.
I don't really know what to say
I know.
about that.
I agree. To get around the map really fast here, to swarm these early Marines that aren't really upgraded that much, okay, yeah, but like you said, I completely agree with you. When we move into the mid-game, Singularity is already going to be on their back foot, like they are in their economy. Let's take a look at the map right now. Team resources, 197 to 131. Team kills, 16 to 17. Singularity eking out kills a little bit, even though map control looks like it's favoring Singularity. Singularity also took down 3 extractors versus 2 harvesters that Singularity has lost.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 lurks with 2 Marines, I mean, it's definitely something in this early game before the shotguns come out, especially before this Armor 1 is finished, that could be really annoying. However, if Mimic can chip off 1, even 2 of those lurks, it, drastically tilts in Mimic's favor until those fades come out. And again, we're now looking at 4 harvesters, even a 5th one, so they're getting really aggressive with their res drops now. Now the res is really starting to run in for Singularity, and they could run away with this game.
Well, shotguns now have started right away there from Mimic. Good call there from from their commander. Silent Homicide and Pennell moving up through Gravity. Again, going to try to hit Oxy, but with these lurks on the field, they can definitely respond pretty quickly. But when those shotguns actually get researched, and we see these shotguns on the field, we might see a lot of dead lurks.
Yeah, I think the shotguns are really going to be what these Marines need to kind of push it back, at least in their favor in some of these areas. You can see that the Crags are out now in some of the res points, but getting that 5th node and the Marines really nowhere near waste at this point, that's the story. Because aliens on 5 harvesters, really, really bad for the Marines.
Yeah. Oh!
This lurk.
Oh, man! Nice mind kill to that lurk from Terran and Griff. You guys saw that from right around the corner.
Both those lurks pretty pissed off. They just lost their buddy. Go in and kill those 2 Marines. Now they're going to start chomping down res on the left side of the map. Marines have found Tap is over there in Bay, and they've taken down the Drifter. And he's going after the Crag now, which is going to give plenty of time with this Crag here for the lurk to come and defend their resource node. Again, 5 harvesters. So the res is flowing in. Right now, 8 minutes. You've got Sharp ready to go, Fade, as well as Currently.
Yep, 2 fades ready to go out on this field. I mean, they would have had 2 fades, 3 lurks. That would have been pretty formidable to go up against, especially if they did a lot of pack play. But they did lose that lurk in that engagement here in offload. Silent and Terran now moving back in. Currently, Cowboy and Sharp moving in to try to get these out of here. Silent's already down, and Terran goes down to Currently's Parasite. Great job there.
Penal and Griff making their way over to Bay Wing right now. There is a Drifter that was building over there. A whip is now in place, and it looks like they're going to move right into waste recycling after the res over there. Aliens starting to work on Marine res again, up to 5 extractors, so the map is split at the moment as far as res income. But again, I think that the 5 harvesters is better for the aliens right now, in the sense that they're going to be able to build up that P-res so that, they're going to be able to evolve if they lose those lurks pretty easily.
Yeah. Well, Mimic now down has lost 6 harvesters throughout this game versus 3 RTs for Singularity. Now we're at 9.5 minutes in here, so in terms of res biting pace, A good pace is biting, for the alien team is taking down one extractor every minute. Oh no, Sally's in trouble here in security as he gets out with just 9% health. Griff and Pennell are putting up a phase gate here in security, which is really gonna be great because from security they can hit waste recycling, they can hit Oxy, and Singularity knows this as they move in and try to stop this from happening.
What a great cleanup by Singularity here in this room, taking those Marines down, denying the phase gate, not losing another lurk. But even more interesting, nobody's going fade, and they're at 51 P-res, which means we're going to see a double Onos. And
Wow.
I think the fact that they're only at weapons 1, armor 1, these Onos are going to be devastating to the Mimic Marines.
Singularity, Sally just comes into Skylight, seen Silent putting up a phase gate, putting up the power with the phase gate blueprint. They clean that out, move towards electrical core. Singularity has really turned the momentum of this game.
Yeah, I have to say I apologize for doubting the 3 lurks. It gave them the pressure they needed.
And the quick
to fight
response.
back. Yeah, the quick response, absolutely, which allowed them to get up to those 5 harvesters. They did lose one of them somewhere in here. It looks like in waste recycling, but now they're growing a hive in waste recycling. They've got income coming in, and the P-res. The P-res is flowing out. 54 P-res. Yes, These Marines have shotguns, and yes, they can still be devastating to the lurks. Now they have to hold those lurks because they're going to be vitally important with the Onos coming out.
Gravity now has a active phase gate up for Mimic. Terran and Griff trying to hold it out. Mimic is down. They were at 5 extractors just a minute ago, and they just went down to 2. Singularity at 4 harvesters with 1 growing on the way. And as you said, we're about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes away from 2 Onai coming out on the field and up against Mimic, which is just pumping out weapons 2 right now. They're going to have armor 1 and shotguns, and they're going to be ground-based. They're not going to have jets. They are so far away from jets in terms of time and res. Terran and Griff now coming out of Gravity, trying to go up against this healing base here in X. Iron Fist and Sally trying to take them on.
I like the defensiveness of the aliens at this point. Singularity is doing a good job. Like I said, after a certain amount of nodes, you don't necessarily care about like that 5th node. So they kind of let Baywing go, and that gave them time to really defend over by Gravity. They can't really afford to lose this hive right now. This is a really important thing for them, especially with the Onos coming up. You want to be able to get those upgrades for the Onos and actually make them effective, and that's going to need biomass. So I'm really rooting for these guys. I think they've done a great job of keeping the res down for the Marines, like you said, Red Dog, down to 2 extractors, and these Marines are in a lot of trouble. And there we go. Well, at least 1 Onos evolving right now.
Fantastic play here by Singularity, looking like they were going to get completely nabbed in the top left corner of the map, but they have seriously pushed Mimic out of here and really tipped everything in their favor, changed it so fast. Pennell getting killed there in waste recycling, stopping that harassment on that hive that's growing. Silent and Terran here in Gravity still trying to take down this base that's right around the corner. Down over here in repairs, we got Iron Fist and Cowboy putting a lot of pressure on repairs. I mean, Singularity is all over the place. If Mimic loses this mid foothold in Gravity, oh man, it's going to be so hard for them to get back.
I think it is going to be hard for them to get back. You do have the double Onos up now coming out of X. A 6th Harvester growing in electrical core. Infestation spread down to supply lines.
Here we go.
But I think this gate's about to go down and go down really bad. It's already at 30%. So this is just like, a chip shot for the Onos.
Yep, here we go. And they're coming around the corner. They're working on the power here in Gravity, and they're going to go after these 2 Marines here. Terran and Silent have nothing they can do against these Onai.
It's interesting. This is one of those moments where we really wish we could listen in on the teams.
Yeah.
Kind of hear what their communication is. Mimic is obviously on their back foot at the moment, especially seeing 2 Onos out. And I'd like to kind of hear, obviously they're not GGing, so it'd be great to kind of hear what their thought process is. How can we make this work to our advantage? You can see they've dropped a phase gate and offload. Yep. And so I think they're trying to figure something out. I just feel like Singularity has really started, controlling this map with the infestation. and their res expansion, that even if they take down 1 or 2 res, it's not going to change much.
Yeah. I mean, right now, big fight happening in trash ejection. Well, not really a fight, kind of just steamrolling there. Those Marines go down pretty quickly. The phase gate, Terran and Griff are putting it up here in offload. The phase gate is up and online. I can't see really what they're going to do from this position. Maybe try to use it to retake gravity, but like at this point, they're so out-teched that I just think they can't play conventionally right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're extremely out-teched. They can get... Here comes Currently and Sharp. Now, on Singularity's side, I've seen it where, like, the aliens will out-tech the Marines and then kind of, like, it'll stop right there, right? The pressure will all stop. And I'm kind of like, what happened? And then what will happen is the game will turn, they'll lose their own eye, and then lose, you know? So I'm always kind of... you know, a little bit on the safe side, like, hey, you got the units, you got the momentum, keep it going, keep the pressure going, don't let the Marines breathe, you know, otherwise you can lose, because, oh my God, how many times have we seen that happen?
Yeah, I mean, they're going for armor 2, you know, I mean, that's going to allow them to stay up a little bit longer, but, you know, one of the other problems here, and, you know, all the people that play NS2 are going to realize that Drifter is mucusing both these Onos, and, you know, 1 or 2 guys with rifles is like throwing tacks at a rhino and expecting the rhino to care. I mean,
Exactly.
it doesn't do anything. So, you know, maybe cat packs, maybe shotguns, maybe 3 guys, maybe try to pinch both the Onos. I mean, your options at this point are a little limited. And like I said, the infestation is really spread now, really starting to cramp down on the Marines on all sides.
Well, this is what I was talking about. They did use that phase gate here in offload to actually get gravity back. So they put up a phase gate. It's active now. This is what, you know, I'm just worried, you know? Like, I'm worried because I've seen this before. I've seen an alien team kind of get the upper hand in tech, like I said, and then lose it. Especially up against a good, experienced team. So I'm just hoping that's not what happens, and that's not what we see here. And Singularity can just close this vice down. But, I mean, Mimic has a long way to go. But
Let's be honest here. Even if they were to kill these life forms, Cowboy and Sally are at 53 guys.
They can just get it
Iron
back.
Fist is at 56. I mean, we could go 5 Onos and just roll in
I say
base.
do it. I say just do it. Do it right when you got all 60. Go. Sacrifice your lurks. Here we go. Big fight here in Gravity where the phase gate that just got put up is down. And Singularity, there's the good game by Mimic. Wow, Wasabi, what a game by Singularity.
Yeah, I mean, well played by Singularity. As you said, a lot of people kind of felt like they were the underdogs coming into this. I'll even say myself, I kind of felt like Mimic had a little bit of the upper edge just watching them play. But, you know, Singularity definitely coming out and making a statement that they mean to really fight during these games. Now, the question will be, though, are both these teams better as Alien than they are as Marine? And are we going to kind of see the same thing flip-flopped when Mimic takes the Alien side here in a couple minutes?
Hey, you know what? When we casted together Quactus and Singularity, remember that first map went both aliens.
Right.
So we may, who knows? We
It
may
kind of
see
comes
that
down
again.
to, you know, I think we've seen more and more in a lot of these